handsome men. Hello everybody.
What up, amazing people of God? I'm the what? Just showing up, Bram. Just keep on holding to me. I'm still coming. It's not that I've forgotten about you. I know it might have taken long, but I'm coming. And so, I'd like to relate this to what maybe at times we believers go through when we're in the waiting season. At times, the only thing God is saying is just keep on walking in these ways. Just keep on trusting in me, walking faithfully. Don't give up, because I'm holding your hand. At times, he just reminds us that we should just hold on to him, and he's coming.
So this is an encouragement to someone that you should keep on trusting him, because whatever he has in store for you is way, way better and much more greater than what you think.
The what podcast?
Seeky First Podcast.
Yeah.
What up, amazing people of God? Welcome to another episode of Seek Ye First Podcast. I'm your host, Mark, and I'm joined with the amazing, lovely, beautiful
Ivy.
Welcome to another episode. We continue with the book of Genesis, chapter 17. And thank you before we even start, thank you for watching the videos we've been posting. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing, liking, comment. Thank you so much. God bless you. Much love, guys. So I'll let my co-host start today.
We are doing the book of Genesis 17. Verse 1, it says, "When Abraham was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to him and said, I am El Shaddai, God Almighty. Serve me faithfully and live a blameless life. I will make a covenant with you, by which I will guarantee to give you countless descendants." At this, Abraham fell face down on the ground. Then God said to him, "This is my covenant with you. I will make you the father of a multitude of nations." Yeah, chill for.
You start. Hands.
Verse 1 and 2 is God making a covenant with Abraham, telling him he'll make him the father of all nations. Then when you go to chapter 3, Abraham fell face down on the ground. For me, I think this is a posture he had when it comes to God.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is the posture that he used. So what is your posture when it comes to your God? Yeah.
Verse 1. I feel like when verse 16 Kisha, it was what we learned in verse 16 is that God listens, God hears, that it doesn't matter how long the promise takes, right? And here in verse 1, chapter 17, when the first time that God promised Abraham a child or descendants, he was 70 years old. So yeah, he's 99. And I feel like we said in the previous episode that God will always remind us, even when we feel like the promise has taken so long. So here, God is reminding Abraham that I will bless you. He's just giving him an assurance again. That is verse 1. And also, one thing I also see in verse 1 is when he says, I am El Shaddai, God Almighty. Serve me faithfully and live a blameless life. I will, okay, let me continue to verse 2. I will make a covenant with you by which I will guarantee to give you countless descendants. I feel like God just needed Abraham to know that so long as he continues to serve him faithfully, so long as he continues to walk in the ways that God wants him to walk in, he was just showing Abraham, just keep on holding to me. I'm still coming. It's not that I've forgotten about you. I know it might have taken long, but I'm coming. And so I'd like to relate this to what maybe at times we believers go through when we're in the waiting season. At times, the only thing God is saying is just keep on walking in these ways. Just keep on trusting in me, walking faithfully. Don't give up, because I'm holding your hand. At times, he just reminds us that we should just hold on to him, and he is coming. He shows us that, because in verse 2, he reminds Abraham, I will guarantee to give you countless descendants. But in verse 1, he starts by saying, serve me faithfully and live a blameless life. So you see, I feel like even in the waiting, at times the thing that God requires from us, when we're in a season where we're waiting for something from him, is you just walk faithfully, like the way it says in the book of Joshua, meditate on my word day and night, do not let it depart from you. Like, just keep on walking faithfully, stay in this path. I am here with you. Just like, shikilia tu hiyo kamba. Acha nitumie na aspect ya movie. Shikilia tu, maybe there's someone, you're falling off a cliff. Kuna beshte yako kujua, kushikia kamba, umeishikilia wanaivuta. Maybe he's calling for help, ndio apate nguvu, like apate enough effort ya kuweza kukuvuta hadi juu. So you see, at that point, hauna option but to just trust the friend and just like keep on holding, knowing that he will pull you back up. So I feel like this is the same case with us when we're in the waiting season, where God tells us, just keep on holding to me, I am coming. I've not forgotten about you. That I'm here with you in this.
Just to add to that, forget not the benefits.
Exactly.
If he was able to pull you through from a certain situation, he'll do it again. Yeah.
In verse 3, at this, Abraham fell face down on the ground, and God said to him, this is my covenant with you. I will make you the father of a multitude of nations. What's more, I am changing your name. It will no longer be Abram. Instead, you will be called Abraham, for you will be the father of many nations. The way you've just said it. In verse 3, again, Chanimpe credits. You once told me. Kuna ile post yenye you should have when you go to God, like when you encounter God. Kuna ile post yenye unajua, this is how I normally stay whenever I have an encounter with my Father, God. So venye tu umesema, this is Abraham staying, like this is the posture that he had, because again, even in the previous chapters to Leonel, he always fell down to the face, like as a sign of honor to God, to show that He is holy, that He is mighty. So when you say we should have a posture when we encounter God. And in verse 4, again, like our God is so faithful, He keeps on reminding Abraham that He keeps on giving him that assurance that, by the way, I remember I made this promise to you at the age of 70. Now you're 99. Don't give up. I'm still working on it. And even goes ahead to tell him that I will change your name from Abraham. Sasa hapo mwisho ndio ina nice. For you will be the father of many nations. Abraham is 99 years old. Personally, I bet he was in a point where he started doubting. Like, okay, God, you promised me this, nimefika hii age, bado sina mtu hii. You say this child will come from my own household. I'm really wondering, is it really going to happen? So God hears our cries hata bila kumwambia. Hizi zenye hazitukangi sometimes, because when you're in the waiting season, at times you won't feel like even praying to God. It's reality. Saa zingine utaenda, at times you'll go to God and like, nimesema kila kitu yenye nafaa kusema. But it's at that point where I feel like our God is always faithful. He will always remind you that I got you, that I remember the promise I made to you. So you don't have to worry. I got you in this. And he will even maybe add something, because he added and told Abraham, I will make you the father of many nations. Now I can imagine Abraham in this state. Venye amengoja, alafu God amwambia, I will make you the father of many nations. So you see a date of it. And maybe alifika point ako like, mimi, many nations, me, 99. Yeah.
Why are you laughing? Because I'm thinking he is telling him about the countless blessings he's going to get. Proceeding to verse 6, I will make you extremely fruitful. Your descendants will become many nations, and kings will be among them. This is God promising exceedingly and abundantly more. So this is an encouragement to someone that you should keep on trusting him, because whatever he has in store for you is way, way better and much more greater than what you think. Verse 7, I will confirm my covenant with you and your descendants after you from generation to generation. This is the everlasting covenant. I will always be your God and the God of your descendants after you. He's promising to take care of other people even after him, because he's keeping his word over here. You might not be there, but I'll still keep your word. That is what I'm getting from verse 7.
You might not be there, but I'm still
Keeping the word that I promised you. Because hapa mwisho inasema, I will always be your God and the God of your descendants after you. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, he always remind me, I will confirm. I will confirm my covenant. We get to verse 8. And I will give the entire land of Canaan, where you now live as a foreigner, to you and your descendants. It will be their possession forever, and I will be their God. Verse 9, then God said to Abraham, your responsibility is to obey the terms of the covenant. You and all your descendants have this continual responsibility. So Um, verse 8, you've said it well, that he will bless, is showing him the countless blessings, exceedingly abundantly. He's telling Abraham that I will give you this land, you and your descendants. And I feel like God kept on reminding Abraham about his descendants because of the place that he was in, because of the blessing that he expected from God, that is a child. So he kept on showing him that, yes, I know you don't, I see and I know that Namtoisai, and I know you desire one. So believe and trust that I will give you that child. Because when he says descendants, that means watoto wake, generation to generation. And verse 9, he tells Abraham, your responsibility is to obey the terms of the covenant. And when we are waiting for something from God, as I've said, it is hard sometimes to go to God and pray. At times it's hard to go and tell him that, by the way, I need this and that and this, because maybe you'll feel like I've waited for long enough. And it's at that point I feel like now God demands your obedience even more than ever before, because it reminds me the story of Job, where he said, though you slay me, I will still praise you. Like Job went through all this, but his worship to God never ceased. And so I feel like here it's God telling Abraham, your responsibility is to just keep on obeying me, keep on doing whatever I tell you. And in doing so, the blessing will come. In doing so, I will honor my covenant with you.
Also feel from 9, this is a weight on Abraham's shoulder. He has a responsibility of which if he doesn't obey, then kuna wenye wataumia nyuma. From this, it reminds me from the book of Esther, I think from chapter 4, from 13 to 14 maybe. If you read the story, it's like telling you just because it's not happening to you does not concern you. Like, learn to do things from a perspective of someone else will benefit from it. Or rather, I am standing in the gap for someone else so that they don't have to do the hard work. Like, njia yao itakuwa rahisi. Yeah.
You understand?
This is the covenant that you and your descendants must keep. Each male among you must be circumcised. You must cut off the flesh of your foreskin as a sign of the covenant between me and you. From generation to generation, every male child must be circumcised on the 8th day after his birth. This applies not only to members of your family, but also to the servants born in your household and the foreign-born servants whom you have purchased. Quick question. Do you think Abraham asipofanya hizi vitu God will pull out of the covenant? Do you? Or just because he promised, lazima ataifulfill?
Okay. I don't think that asipofanya God ataona, because again, he still remains to be faithful, because at times he will bless us, even like if God was to bless us according to the things that we do, akituambia hii tunafanya, tuseme hii tunafanya, basi sisi wote tungekuwa tunaendesha magari. But I feel like even if you don't do it, I'll still, like, he is God. He knows his word. He says there is no word that comes out of me, and that my word will not fall to the ground without accomplishing. It will not return back to me, having not accomplished that which I have sent it to do. And so God promised Abraham way before even now, like kabla hata like sasa kabla ifike kwa covenant alikuwa ashampromise mtu. So really, I don't know.
You know, I'm thinking your response, or rather your actions, might have a consequence.
Yeah,
In as
they
much
will.
as he doesn't pull out or whatever he had promised, your actions itakuwa na consequence.
They will, but he will still, like, his promise will still come to pass, but there must be consequences. Because now tunaona alimwambia your responsibilities to pay. So yeah, verse 12, 13 and 14, hizi si ndio the terms of the covenant, that every male child must be circumcised on the 8th day after his birth. So these are the terms. So this was the responsibility of this covenant. But even if you don't do it, I mean, I'll still do what I want to do. God, ni preacher gani alisema? If I think ni
The mandate doesn't stop.
Kula once, I think ilikuwa Rema Fest last year, that just because you didn't do what God told you to do, it doesn't mean that you will stop him from doing what he wants to do.
No, you know, I'm just thinking out loud. Like, kama awangeza kanziziwa and all. Like, I'm just thinking out loud.
In verse 15, then God said to Abraham regarding Sarai, your wife, her name will no longer be Sarai. From now on, her name will be Sarah. And I will bless her and give you a son from her. Yes, I will bless her richly, and she will become the mother of many nations. Kings of nations will be among your descendants. Then Abraham bowed down to the ground, but he laughed to himself in disbelief. How could I become a father at the age of 100? He thought, and how can Sarah have a baby when she is 90 years old?
Kanga verse 15, it's speaking loudly in a manner of, I might benefit because of your obedience. Aku bless Abraham peke yake. He went on to his wife, which is Sarah. So that clearly tells us your obedience is not, you're not the only person who will benefit from it. Your children and also the people around you. And he goes on to say, he will bless her richly and she will become mother of many nations. Imagine Sarah hakuhave kufanya anything to get these blessings. It was just the obedience of the husband for her to get this. Yeah. Upper 17. Or you want to add something? What did I smell smiling?
Marry a prayer partner, not a prayer point.
17. Speedy venye alicheka. Because whatever God cannot do, it does not exist. Hata kama uko 200 years.
Age doesn't matter to God. Like he knows everything concerning us. So when he laughed, but I feel like in verse 16, God had to emphasize, yes, I will bless her richly. God knew the doubt that was in Abraham, so he emphasized on it. And then verse 17, adinisifurahi venye alicheka. But again, at times I can understand because jilinganisha tu na pahali alikuwa. Acha mimi mwenyewe hadi mimi of course ningeambiwa hivyo at that time, hadi mimi of course ningeshinda
It makes sense juu at that time ameshafika menopause.
exactly.
Atazaji.
But God just had to remind him that there's nothing that is impossible with me. I do, like hiyo yenye mnaona nikaa ni ngumu kwako, to me it's nothing. To me it's just a snap and it happens, you see. And ukisoma 18, so Abraham said to God, because he still doubted. So Abraham said to God, may Ishmael live under your special blessing. But God replied, no, Sarah your wife will give birth to a son for you. You will name him Isaac, and I will confirm my covenant with him and his descendants as an everlasting covenant. Now verse 20. As for Ishmael, I will bless him also, just as you have asked. I will make him extremely fruitful and multiply his descendants. He will become the father of 12 princes, and I will make him a great nation. God, yes, He is faithful in a way that God has His will, but He will also, He gave us free will. He will also give you, He will also let your will come to pass if that's what you want. Hapa akiambia, when Abraham said to God, bless Ishmael, may Ishmael live under your special blessing. You see, at first God replied no, but then in verse 20, He says, I will bless him also, just as you have asked.
And I feel it's not because he asked. Again, verse 17 tukiteremka, Abraham anaona this is not possible. Sasa yeye anatafutia God solutions, whereby we get to a point where we think this is not working. Now you're telling him we have to work my way. And God blessing Ishmael, I don't think it was for Abraham. It was God's will for him to bless him. That is what I'm feeling. Because not everything you want, you will have. Well, no, I need the best, but when it comes to God, He doesn't think you need it, or rather it suits you. So him blessing Ishmael, it was just His will. Yeah. 19. Si tushasema 19 hadi 20.
Oh.
Yeah. 21. But my covenant will be confirmed with Isaac, who will be born to you and Sarah about this time next year. When God had finished speaking, He left Abraham. On that very day, Abraham took his son Ishmael, and every male in his household, including those born there and those he had bought. Then he circumcised them, cutting off their foreskins, just as God had told him. Abraham was 99 years old when he was circumcised, and Ishmael his son was 13. Both Abraham and his son Ishmael were circumcised on that same day, along with all other men and boys of the household, whether they were born there or bought as servants, all were circumcised with him. So story of circumcision ilianza na Abraham. Now reading this and I'm shocked. Okay.
Mm. But I'm happy that Abraham aliambiwa your responsibility is to obey the terms of the covenant. Verse 23. You see him doing exactly that. Like, akuangalia place yenye ako, akuangalia kai promise yenye God amenipea itakam true ama itakam true. Like, he still remained faithful to God, whether he had it or not. Aliambiwa your responsibility is to obey, and he obeyed. Because even it says in both Abraham and his son, verse 26, was circumcised on that same day. So he obeyed the terms of the covenant. And I feel like at times God will give us instructions, or maybe at times he will show us, or rather tell us what step to take when we're in this season. But when tumesema, even when you do not obey, he will still come and fulfill his promises over your life. But again, there will be consequences. So I feel like maybe at times we fall into a place where God tells us to do something, but because we are like, or rather we look at the things that are around us, tunaona nikaa bado sijafika hapo, unaona nikaa okay, it's not yet, I'm not yet ready for this yet. God anangoja you make that step so that he can work.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to add to that.
In chapter 17, I was looking at the text yesterday at night, and it's the all of it. It's God now making a covenant with Abraham. And I feel like when God now comes to a place where He's making that covenant with you, this is God really honoring His promise, honoring His word, that this is how I'm sealing it. This is how, like, amefika place yenye anakuonyesha my word won't fall to the ground. I must accomplish, it must accomplish that which I've sent it to. So, and another thing I'm getting from this is that even when I'm in this season, I should not, as much as it is hard, I should just hold on to Him, and He will come at His own time. He doesn't look at my age, He doesn't look at where I am. And when He comes, when He tells Abraham, your descendants, I will multiply you, He will come in a way that hata wale wenye naona maybe wameenda ahead of me, I said it in the previous episode, you will catch up with them. Na mtaendelea kusonga nao. And maybe at times, because Abraham he's the father, he was called the father of many nations. I feel like when God now blessed him, He blessed him in an exceeding way, to a point yenye maybe aliovertake hata wenye walikuwa ahead of him. So I should just hold on to Him even when it's hard, and keep on being faithful, keep on trusting in Him, keep on running to Him, and He will come at His own time. And so long, when He makes a covenant with me, He will. That just shows how God is, how God honors His word, how He is holy and is faithful to us, that He will not let His word fall to the ground. Mm-hmm. I think short.
Yeah, this is just to encourage someone out there that whatever you have been instructed to do, it's not for yourself, it is for the entire generations and also the people around you, and your obedience to that might come out with something positive. So learn to trust God, learn to hold on His word and obeying Him.
That was it from us, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Seeky First Podcast. Have an amazing day, night, wherever you'll watch. Keep on subscribing, keep on watching, keep on liking, comment, share. And I hope you will be blessed. See you guys. Peace.
The what podcast?
Seeky First Podcast.
Yeah.